2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith, and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Golden State Warriors going up against the Cavaliers out in Cleveland. For the Cavaliers, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. Hey, the way the Warriors were able to outperform the rest of the NBA last year, they put up huge numbers, win 67 games. How much extra pressure does that put on them this year, Shaq?
It'll be hard for anyone to expect them to win that many games again. I'll be surprised if they do it. Success in the postseason and deep playoff runs are probably reasonable to expect. I'm going on the record saying they're going back-to-back.
Wow. Well, this team.
And there is a buzz in the air in the sold-out Quicken Loans Arena. We'll see the Golden State Warriors facing Cleveland. Well, before you look ahead to your busy week, sit down, relax, pull up a chair as we bring you another NBA broadcast. And thanks for sharing part of your weekend with us. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. Setting the floor for the Warriors. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson. They're in the backcourt. Green at the 4 with Bogut at the 5. And it's Barnes in at the small forward position. And guys, for everything we've said about Kyrie Irving over the years, now let's talk about maybe another area, and that is his willingness to give up the ball. LeBron came to town at the beginning of last season. Kyrie didn't even flinch at the prospect of being 1B to 1A. To me, that was a very selfless way of giving the mantle of that team over to LeBron.
I agree with you, and there was some question as to whether Kyrie would be able to do that at this point in his career, but ultimately that's what champions do. Kobe did it for Shaq, Robinson did it for Tim Duncan, and that's really what great players do.
And LeBron throws it down.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And here's Love after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. Smith, no luck.
Well, that's clearly a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look at it.
No doubt about it. You cannot let just because he missed that one.
Thompson misses. Cleveland's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. The kick out to LeBron. Cleveland moving the ball around, and that one's good. Irving.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Outside Curry. There's the feed to Bogut. Nobody near Barnes. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range. Trading blows from behind the arc.
Love, no good.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
Cavaliers have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8.
And now one spot the Cavs did struggle with last year was help off the bench. They were last in the league in bench scoring.
Now here's Curry. From deep. Another 3 for Golden State.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
Irving with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. No good from Irving. Cavs not scoring with a lot of their bench. A big part of that is they just didn't go to their bench very often.
Well, you talk about the Cavs and the bench near the bottom in total bench minutes played. The bench didn't have a lot of firepower, didn't shoot the ball well, and considering they got limited minutes, oftentimes struggled to find any kind of rhythm out there.
Now Curry following the three-point attempt by Andrew Bogut. And it's Curry again from deep. Curry's got 9 points.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Again, Irving missing.
Well, he wanted to return the favor there for that last three, but it just wasn't in the cards.
Here's Curry with the three, and the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force of this run.
And the points are starting to add up in a hurry, especially when you're giving up those looks from deep. No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
The Cavaliers have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. Here's Golden State. They're on a 15-5 run. Thompson for 3. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Dishes to Thompson. Let's go. Green with the block. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Green leading the charge.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
And when you look at Draymond Green, he's not a guy who will wow you with his numbers or his athleticism, Clark. He brings a lot of intangibles, though. And I remember talking early in his career with Tom Izzo up at Michigan State saying those exact things, that he gives you so much more than just what you see.
And his current coach and our former partner, Steve Kerr, raves about him. He's the heart and soul of the Warriors, in Steve's words.
So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland.
You know, you talk about Green's enthusiasm for the game. He's constantly talking, whether defensively or even in an opponent's ear. He's a vocal presence. And also another example of how a guy can make an impact without necessarily having it show.
Changes for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Iman Shumpert's checked in for LeBron. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Smith. Wasted no time on that one. That's 12 points for Kyrie Irving.
And also, don't discount his leadership. Draymond Green's been a vocal leader his entire career. Even as a rookie, he wasn't afraid to challenge his teammates. And that competitive spirit, guys, can be contagious.
The Warriors trail. Livingston. And the Warriors miss again.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the board.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
And it's the Warriors' ball. And it's sent back by Irving. And that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession. Ezeli's checked in for Draymond Green. And it's the Warriors with the ball. Barbosa gets the bucket. We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the first. Nobody near Irving. No good from outside. The Warriors shooting 39% in the early minutes of this game. For 3, Barbosa. And it's Barbosa again missing. Three-pointer, Dellavedova. Good defense by Iguodala. Barbosa dishes to Ezeli. And no good, his first shot of the night, missing. Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. Warriors ahead. They're up by 1. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And LeBron James trying to will his Cavaliers team to its first title. Teammate Kevin Love says, when someone like LeBron talks about what you need to bring to the table, you better bring it.
Yeah, I would think so. He'd be better served to go right along with what he's talking about. Dubbed the new Big Three along with Kyrie. I think if they just keep following LeBron's lead and advice, the sky's the limit.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. Hey. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Warriors.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And it doesn't look like they'll be giving up on any plays tonight either. Their offensive rebounding has also been equally as impressive.
Dellavedova and Smith are the guard tandem. Kevin Out there with Channing Frye, and it's Shumpert in at small forward. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second. For so long, there has been this mindset that Golden State wins through offense, but their defense, you know, G, you were talking about this, is where the true strength of this team lies.
Yeah, I think that's what's really allowed them to separate when you look at the rest of the league. I mean, they led the league in opponents' field goal percentage last season, and some nights the shots weren't falling, but the defense always showed up.
And Rush kicks to Ezeli. Thompson with it. Now Smith defending. Ezeli the pass to Curry. From deep three-point range. Again, Curry missing.
And just because you can make it from outside doesn't mean you need to live it.
It's not that far out anyway, Greg. I mean, he can work for a better shot than that.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the three ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a three-point battle taking shape here.
Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. From deep. Thompson with the rebound.
But sometimes it's more about what the defense is doing. On that possession, they were all over him on the perimeter.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. LeBron, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. And then for Golden State, Andrew Bogut checked in for Festus Ezeli. Green comes in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Harrison Barnes in for Brandon Rush. No one near Smith as he lets it go. Hits it from three-point range. Smith's got 11 points.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up three straight from beyond the arc right now.
It's Curry outside. Another miss by Curry.
And last season was one where Tristan Thompson transitioned from a starter to a bench role. Didn't let the move bother him and still put up solid numbers off the bench. That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Yeah, Greg, you know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
Not as good, and the Cavaliers lead cut to just 5 on the basket from Curry.
Once again, the defense letting them get open at the three-point line. That's a major mental mistake there. Oh, my goodness, he's just getting nasty on them now. Wow.
Yeah, now that they've built up a lead, this is when he really breaks out those incredibly slick moves.
Man, like a Ginsu knife, just slicing and dicing.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. Well, from the moment he stepped into the league, Klay Thompson was lights out in terms of shooting. Clark, he has never had a problem knocking one down.
Well, the first player in league history to notch 500 made threes in his first 3 seasons in the league. That is remarkable.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
And he gets it to go.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry. And for Thompson, his three-pointer was his calling card early on, but I love the way he's expanded his game every season. He's become a very good defender and broadened his offensive game as well.
And Cleveland making a change here. Irving's checked in. Good.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Yeah, and, you know, the game of basketball, as you well know, Greg and guys, is a game of runs. So their offense is starting to move in a positive direction now. Nice upswing here.
And, you know, and speaking of Thompson expanding his game, he's also come out of his shell a little bit. Very quiet early on, but he has gotten more and more comfortable in the league and becoming more outspoken.
Clark kicks to Bogut. There's the three. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, he looked clumsy on that one. He was not going to get away with that.
Yeah, he climbed all over him. I mean, there's a picture of that one in the officiating manual. So, clear, easy call.
Mozgov, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Spates checked in for the Warriors. Livingston comes in for Thompson. No good from Clark. The Cavaliers leading by 8. And a wide open look for James. Misses off the left iron.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
And here's Green outside. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game. For Cleveland, they've gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
I like it. I like it. He broke out the fancy finish there.
Shumpert is checked in for Smith. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Cleveland.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for the Warriors. .124 left in the second quarter. Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they're bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being, as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
The Cavaliers leading by 10. Here's Irving, and he banks in the layup. Irving's got 16.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key.
Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend. Take it to the hoop.
And how, Clark, brilliant throwdown.
Just exerting his authority on that play. Well, LeBron James long considered the greatest player in the league. He's got some competition now, though. Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, Steph Curry, James Harden, all playing well last year. But for my money, there's no better player in the league than King James.
Vasili's checked in for the Warriors. Iguodala comes in for Barnes.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
Well, Clark, you look at LeBron's career averages right now, around 27, 7 and 7. Hard to argue at this time he's not the best player in the league.
Well, you know, he might not always win the MVP award, Kevin, but that doesn't really matter. I think he's the most feared player in the league, and he proved he can carry a team in last season's NBA Finals. Clearly one of the all-time greats.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Shot's good by Iguodala.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
And here's James outside. They get the rebound. Here's Shumpert. The three-pointer off the mark. And we finished one half of basketball.
Yes, Kevin, thank you. I'm with Klay Thompson. What's...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. The first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were right there within shouting this our halftime show. Now, We take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half call.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
Yeah, you know, one of the things about the truly greats of our game is that sometimes you get spoiled because of how consistent they can be. And so far, another big scoring night for him.
And oftentimes when he puts up that many points in the first half, he follows it up with an even better second half. We'll see if that's the case here.
So for the Golden State Warriors right now, it's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. And it's Barnes in at the 3 spot. Cleveland leading by 7. And LeBron throws it down hard.
It's as if the defense just let him go.
He'll thank them for that because he got a chance to perform a little razzle-dazzle on that one.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. For 3, Smith. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Smith's got the lead up to 12 now for the Cavs.
Dropping bombs. How many more threes are we going to see from him tonight?
Well, we've already seen plenty. I mean, he's got more points from outside the arc than inside of it so far.
Curry's shot is good.
Yeah, starting the second half nicely there. Love those easy lay-ins to get things going.
Wallace with it, picked up by Thompson. Offensive rebound. There's the 3. Again, Love missing.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
It was the season of destiny, and the Warriors certainly followed through. Clark, the best team in the league all year, and they finished the job beating the Cavs in the finals.
And they were on a mission from the get-go. They would become another team to win 65 games or more and win the final. Impressive work.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Cleveland. The Cavaliers leading by 7. And the dunk by James.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And LeBron has been in the postseason every year since his rookie season. Last year he passed Jerry West on the all-time postseason scoring list. I'm sure he'll just continue to climb up the record book.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. It's Curry outside. No luck, and it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And for LeBron in the playoffs last season, he did more than just score. Clark, he did it all and really stepped his game up when Kevin Love went down and when Kyrie Irving was hobbled. He covered every base.
Yep, and that's what's so impressive about LeBron in the playoffs. Everybody expects him to lead and hit big shots, and he never lets them down. Very rarely does he come up short.